Want to know what's up? I'll tell you what's up. Shit hit the fan recently. Yeah, because that's something new. Recently, shit hits the fan every single day. So think twice. Think twice before you run off and start up your own business. Because it's not easy. Like, let me tell you, everyone is always talking about rainbows and butterflies and talking about how amazing it is. Well, you know what? It sucks. It sucks. Why am I doing this? I'll tell you why. Because I know the greater vision. I know what I'm going to become. I know what's going to happen. I know where the companies that I'm working with are going to go, where they're going to take me, how much I've learned over the last couple of years about myself, about how much I could handle, about how much I could possibly, do, when I'm about to give up and why I don't. And that's why I still do it, even though it sucks. It does suck. And let me tell you, like, when everything could go right, enjoy that moment. Enjoy the shit out of it. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. There's nothing back. Like, I have days when I'm looking back and just kind of like take a deep breath and be like, man, wow. We went from one truck to six trucks, from no employees to 12, 15, depends on what day it is, employees, three different locations, a warehouse storage unit, and a admin office, and then the land that we bought. And just, I'm still barely paying myself because I can't really afford it. We're still too small of a business, but I pay myself enough to kind of get by, aka gas and food. So yeah, there's days when it's magical and you look back and you're like, holy shit, I grew this. I held my first like huge team meeting recently. Not everyone showed up, but about I had like 10 people there. But it was definitely I guess I want to say humbling, because you're sitting there and everyone's kind of expressing their issues and you're over here like, damn, so that's what it feels like. That's what it felt like for all these other individuals that were sitting where I'm sitting right now in the last 15 years of my life, starting when I sold pizzas or when I sold advertising or when granted, I didn't work too many traditional jobs, but whatever, when I was in accounting, et cetera, et cetera. It's, it was definitely humbling. And, moments like that, it's crazy. But with that, comes the suckiness, and the suckiness will be there. And you just hope that those other moments, and it's kind of what, at the end of the day, it's what you make of it. Those other moments are glorious. They're amazing. They're fulfilling. They're you so much knowledge is there to just be taken constantly, as long as you're learning and making things better, because mistakes will be made. But yeah, I mean, the moments that suck, like for example, my key employee is officially leaving Hodgepodge. That was pretty much there since the very beginning. Depended a lot on him because he was handling a lot. The trucks, the warehouse, overseeing people, making sure rules are, uh, followed, especially when I'm not there, because our main office is in the south side of Chicago and I live on the north side. And I'm not going to be spending 2.5, 3 hours every day going there. And I don't. That would be crazy. I only go there like twice a week now, once or twice. Because I do a lot more remote stuff, a lot more business development, which is all over Chicagoland. So with that, that was a dagger I just took literally yesterday. So if you're sitting here listening to this episode, this just happened. Um, I, and yeah, and he technically, I didn't talk about this earlier because I thought we were going to salvage the situation. He was putting in like a 2 weeks, but it was like a maybe 2 weeks. But now the 2 weeks is officially up, and he did take an offer just last night, which we didn't think was going to happen because we kind of made some changes and, you know, kind of stooped down, not stooped down, but, we met the demands. We met the demands of what anybody else was offering, if not better. But sometimes, the fit's just not there anymore. Someone wants to try out something else. And if he comes back, then he comes back. We'll go from there. Obviously we'll take, we would love to take him back, but at the same time, if you leave, you leave. We can't just, be letting someone restart exactly where they left off and show that that's acceptable, because it's not. You got to start all over if you're going to come back. But I guess, time will tell. We'll see. With that, that was just another new pain that came about. So like, that's the thing. I being being in the business owner, or the CEO position, or one of the owners, you got to deal with this hands on, because you got customers, you have payroll you have to pay, you have employees you don't want to lose, you want to be able to make sure you have enough for gas and food. So most employees, most of the staff don't really have to worry about these issues that much, because it's like, oh, okay, well, if someone doesn't show up tomorrow, why would they care? Why would they care? I mean, yeah, they would, because if people don't show up, then we'll lose jobs, and then that way we'll go out of business, and then they'll have no job at all. And we actually have a pretty sweet gig, because we pay very well, and have some great perks, especially because there's times when we pay you for not really working too much, like sitting there in a truck while getting driven around. And I guess kind of what I'm trying to say is that it does fall on you. And these are the moments you have to brace yourself. If you are going to take that next step, if you are going to become a business owner, or, any sort of person in command or leading something, it's going to fall on you. It is going to fall on you, and it's going to be shitty, and it's going to be hard. That's for sure. And don't let that put you down, though, because, as long as you have the right people in your corner, that's why I stress so much. And I've stressed about this. I've talked about this. You have to have some people in your corner. I would always go into business with somebody else, especially if it's a bigger scale, unless you're like sitting there and you're literally working on Facebook ads for 3 people. You could probably handle that on your own. But if you're going bigger, if you're trying to scale, you need other people in your corner, or you'll go crazy and you'll lose your shit, and you'll probably die. Yeah, probably die. And you don't want that. We don't want you dying. I don't want you dying. Life is nice. It's precious. And when you have other people to kind of spread the burden and be like, because maybe one of you is more the downer, one of you more is the upper, one's the good cop, bad cop. Hopefully, maybe you have more people on your side. They'll talk some sense into you. You can all kind of collaborate and realize that, we still got each other. Like, the company's still here. We still got this. We still got these accounts. We still got all these other amazing employees. We'll be totally fine. We just, grind it out for a few weeks, bring in some new faces, new individuals, and replace that individual. It's that I was about to say a shitty thing, like, we can replace anybody. No, that's not true. You can't replace anybody. I stand by that, because everybody is their own individual, and everybody plays a very important part in life and wherever they're at. So it's impossible to replace that person. But who's to say we can't find somebody else that could do something similar, or maybe can be better in a different way? I mean, better, worse, everybody has their own, positives, negatives. Everyone has some baggage with them, but that's the beauty of it. It's sometimes not everything lasts, and you got to move on, and you got to learn from it. What can we do better to maybe retain our, some of our upper end employees going forward? Do we provide benefits? We're a smaller business. It's hard for us to provide benefits. We just have very basic ones like vacation time and workers comp, which is pretty much required. And we do have, there's certain perks. We have like team outings, lunches, things like that. We have perks, but like insurance, things like that, we can't afford yet. So that's one thing, maybe pay raises, maybe better trainings, maybe better tools to do jobs, better communication up and down across everybody, leaving doors open at all times. It's things I feel we've done pretty well, but we can always do better. And we're going to take this, to kind of get everything more into, should I say, a structure going forward. And it's great because we're learning. We came up with a whole company policy. We came up with a training manual. We came up with all these things in the process that otherwise, I mean, maybe we wouldn't have done. If things were always so perfect, then, why change? Why change? Why do anything else? Why do something else to improve if everything is always perfect? You know, that's something to really think about with anything in life, not just running a business, not just me running Hodgepodge over here. Anything in life, anything in life. If you struggle, if you fail, if it's hard, if you get thrown down on your ass, learn from it. Learn from it. And it's such a cliche thing. It's something always everyone talks about, but whatever it is, if life was constantly perfect, it'd be no fun. What would you do? Would you constantly just sit back and relax? I could sit back and relax, but after some time, I get the itch. I get the itch. And I've spoken about this. You know about the itch. I get the itch and I want to do something. I want to make something happen. I want to crush it. I want to enjoy something that, and it doesn't always have to be business related. It could be just something in life. Whatever it is, there's always going to be obstacles, but you learn from them, you get better, and you grow. Your brain is constantly working, you're developing. You're not gonna it's so important to keep your cognitive abilities up, like just by practicing, using your brain and doing things and not just sitting there and doing mindless tasks that just make your brain rot away. I mean, there's a study out there, don't quote me where it's from, but I know there is, that if you sit there and just watch TV every day, your brain like slowly kind of melts away. That's not going to happen overnight, but there's definitely something to it when you operate and you use your brain and you think outside the box. So it's full circle. It's not so bad. It's not so bad to have bad things happen, because you gotta pick yourself up. You gotta learn from them. Life will go on. People will try to stomp on you, but that's a shitty way to go out. So keep at it, keep going, keep crushing it. We'll be talking again soon. Boss to Boss, Miro Wieslow. And just so you know, if you have hit a rut and, if you're a male, be sure to check out mynux.com. That's Nux, K-N-U-C-K-S. That's the 3-in-1 refresher spray for men with no aluminum ingredients. mynux.com, K-N-U-C-K-S. That's right. I always gotta think twice in my head. But want to thank my Nux for sponsoring this show and this episode. We'll be talking again soon. Hope everyone crushes it. Peace.
That is all for this episode of Boss to Boss. Your next step is to visit bosstoboss.com, where you will find proven techniques followed by professionals to help you make that next step. Again, that is boss2boss.com. And remember, the time is now.